So yes, I did mess up in the video that you are about to watch that some of you, a lot of you actually, have already seen and didn't want to watch after I screwed up the name of Colonel E.H. Taylor, where I said Colonial E.H. Taylor. I saw some of the comments, so I did want to come in and remake it. I do know that it is Colonel E.H. Taylor Jr. So please just kind of push through my mistake as you watch this video. I didn't want to remake it because I really like how it turned out. So please push through those first minute and a half to 2 minutes and enjoy me going through these 3 Colonel E.H. Taylor whiskeys. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy the video. Hey everyone, it's Sean from Neat in the Heat, and today we're going to look at what is the best E.H. Taylor that we have available to us. There's a lot of them out there. Some of them are super hard to find. I was able to finally find the straight rye. I've had the small batch, and we have another one up there on our new wall. This is going to be our first video in front of the new wall of bourbon. And then we also have the single barrel. So we're going to go through and kind of check out to see which one I like best. I know Keelan's not here. She's the one with the better palate, but I'm going to give it a try, see if I can tell the difference between some of them. I think I'm going to be able to tell the difference between the rye and some of the other ones, but let's give it a try. So the first one's going to be the straight rye. They all, just from first glance, they all have similar color, so we're just going to really focus on the nose and the palate and the finish on them. So let's take a closer look on the straight rye. Cheers. So first taste, it's really sweet. It's got a very sweet kind of first hitting your palate. I believe it's a 100 proof or 50% alcohol. It does have that nice rye flavor and rye taste to it. For me on ryes, I get kind of a dill pickle kind of taste to it. We were recently just at a wedding and they had rye bread. And of course my wife was like, this is the taste I like. This is the bread I like. This is the taste in the whiskeys that I like. And you could definitely get that taste a little subtle with a bread, but obviously with the rye whiskeys, you're going to taste it a lot more. But it's really good. It does linger a little bit on the palate, so maybe like a medium to long finish, but it's really good. I got this for her birthday recently. I was able to go out and find it, and this has quickly become one of her favorites. So let's dive in now to the E.H. Taylor small batch. Again, similar color to the other one and the single barrel, so let's kind of go through it. Definitely has that, typical bourbon sweetness, vanillas, butterscotches. I'm still getting used to trying to figure out the different smells that some people get, but I'm getting better with the taste. So let's dive in for a taste. Obviously a lot different than the rye. This one's super smooth. I believe this one's also 100 proof. I believe they're all 100 proof. 100 proof and 100 proof. So they're all 100 proof, so they're all same alcohol content, which is a really good comparison. So there's not one that's going to be hotter or less hot, alcohol wise, a little bit less or more burn. They're all going to be pretty much the same, well, exactly the same. So for the small batch, it's got a little bit lighter flavor to it. Would I like something that's a little bit higher in alcohol? Definitely, but obviously this is what you get. So let's try the second taste of the small batch. Definitely has, like I said, a subtle sweetness, that vanilla, little bit of caramel, kind of drying on the palate. I can definitely feel my mouth watering a little bit. This one definitely is also kind of that medium to long finish. It's really good. I would say right now I still like the rye. I kind of like that sweetness right off the bat, and then obviously that typical rye flavor. Also, if you noticed, we've got our beautiful bourbon wall. You can't really see the entire thing in the shot, but we've got this really nice bourbon wall so that we can film videos, either shorts or videos like this when it's a little bit too cold outside or when that summer hits and it is way too hot outside. So just kind of wanted to show that off a little bit. So now let's move into the single barrel. Again, 100 proof, 50%. Single barrel, like it says, it comes from one single barrel. It's not a mixture of a bunch of different ones. So let's see if this one maybe has a little bit more bold flavor to it. Maybe, you know, that sweetness is a little bit more intensified. So let's give it a taste. Yeah, I would say that the flavors are a little bit more intense. I'd say they're almost pretty close in taste. For me, again, I'm still trying to pull those different things out and trying to learn the differences between each one. Obviously, it's the same brand coming from the same distillery, just obviously single barrel from small batch and rye. Those are the only differences in these bottles. So besides the rye having that distinct rye flavor, it's a little hard to tell. If we want to go back to the small batch, yeah, I would say this one's got a little less intense flavor compared to the single barrel. Like I kind of thought that since it does come from one singular barrel when they're bottling it, it doesn't have a mixture between different barrels and anything like that. I definitely like the single barrel taste just a little bit more. Yeah, it's just got a little bit more, even though it's the same alcohol content, the flavor just has a little bit more punch to it. Again, same thing, it's got a lingering, you know, kind of medium to long finish. You know, you're going to be tasting these for a lot longer than this video is going to be. But I mean, I think that for me and my palate, I'm starting to like ryes a lot more. I know that Kayleen loves ryes. It's her favorite thing. That's why I found it for her birthday. But I think I would lean more towards the straight rye and then probably go to the single barrel and then maybe the small batch. I know the other one that's out there that people are looking for and that they're finding is the barrel proof, which is going to be a little bit higher alcohol content, which maybe helps us out a little bit and maybe helps out some of these that just don't have that punchy flavor. This one definitely has a little bit more than the small batch, but maybe if I can find the barrel proof, we can do all four and then, you know, kind of see what happens. But I think for me, I'd go the straight rye, the single barrel, and then the small batch. I know some people kind of prefer the small batch over the single barrel, but again, taste is subjective, and that just kind of where we're at and kind of what I think. So thanks for watching kind of this first little like comparison with me. I'm trying to get better and better at these as we go along. Tell me what you think about the wall behind me, and then obviously tell me which one's your favorite. And then tell me if you really think that barrel proof is something to go and try and look for. I know people are having, you know, good luck finding it. Obviously, I don't really know where to start just yet, but I'm learning. That's how I was able to find the straight rye. And then definitely subscribe, like, and obviously leave those comments below on what your favorite E.H. Taylor is and what you think of the wall and how you like kind of this video setup. Thank you so much for watching another Neat in the Heat video, and we will see you next time.